if you don't step into leading your life with focus, passion, and boldness, you will be right here in this same place, if not worse, next year. It's time to step up and realistically step into that version of you that you've always desired to be, because there's a version of you that's waiting on the other side of doing that uncomfortable thing. But here's the harsh reality. Discomfort is the cost of admission to the meaningful life that you're seeking.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Today I'm here hoping to be able to interview Joey Wilder. He is the creator, inventor, founder, you name it.
We have Joey Wilder, first time coming on the show.
But at that moment, I had a choice to make. I either hit this while it's hot, while people are hyped up about it, or kind of let it simmer out. And I've been told by many great mentors that it's all about the timing of things. Today, I want to dive into how to dominate 2025. Because year after year, anytime that I have really crushed it in my year has usually been on the coattail of planning. And not only planning, but also having like a vision. But really, as we come to a close of 2025, today I want to break down 4 steps, the way I see it, that can be a blueprint. But before that, 2025, in my opinion, isn't just another year. I see it as an opportunity to not only take charge, but also define a path forward and dominate the aspects of your life. And when I say you, I also mean me. Whether it's your career, your relationships, your personal growth, because realistically, success begins with intentional action. Intentional action is what leads to the fruits that we really, truly want to bear. It's not only the fruits of our labor. I've recognized this much this far. Year after year, usually around this time of the year, we take time to reflect. We've got a lot of people out there that they set New Year's resolutions, and I'm not here to demonize those. However, from owning gyms and working in the fitness space for so long and owning a health food company, there's this thing called New Year's resolutioners. And it's really individuals that they set these goals, right? We set these goals, and I'm not going to demonize goals, but I'm using it in this context. We set these goals, and sometimes we hit them. Oftentimes we don't. Sometimes we do. And the ones that we do hit, it makes you question. Because when you polarize that towards the ones that you didn't, was it a lack of desire? Or was it just not that important to you? Coming into 2025, I don't want you guys or anyone listening to this, because I do have some announcements that I'll make as we get some more guys in here. But coming into 2025, I really want to set you up to dominate in 2025 in the most healthy and leadership-oriented way possible. Now, when I say dominate, that does not mean crush everyone's proverbial tower on the way up. That's an old way of thinking. And also, that doesn't make you tough or better than anyone else just because you can crush everyone else's tower on the way up. But in this, as you're stepping into 2025, I want to start with this. What are you letting go of? What are you leaving in 2024? I was at church this past Sunday, and I really, really enjoy this guy. His name's Alex K, and I've seen some of his services before, and we're around the same age, and we've fought some of the same demons in life. Had very many parallels, and it's really cool to see that. And without getting into the details, in this, they had this exercise that they did, which I thought was so cool because I always take my journal with me. And so if you have your journal in front of you, if you have a place to take note of this right now so you don't have to just go back and like repeat and listen and then like listen to me say this and so on and so forth. But take your journal and take a note of this. They were doing this exercise called Shredder Sunday. And they literally had shredders in the front right before the stage. I thought it was so cool. I knew exactly what they were doing. And I shared with my partner, Bree, that I do a version of this where I write something and I burn it. I've done that many times before, but I thought this was cool. And what they did is they had you write out your negative emotions, your negative beliefs, the things that you want to leave, the debts, the bitterness, the resentment, the pain, the anger. And then he made a joke and he was like, and like, don't bring your 80-page mortgage here because like that's it, that shit follows you. Because he had a story about foreclosure and how he wasn't a great steward. He wasn't a great steward with his finances. He wasn't a great steward in the way he was carrying himself in his life. And he had gotten this amazing, quote unquote, like nest egg when he turned 18, $150,000. And he blew through it in 9 months. First thing I thought in my mind, and because Bree was like, damn. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I could spend that so quick, so much quicker than that if I needed to. You know, if I was really in that place, like, thank God I got $35,000 when I turned 18. And it was from getting my ear cut during my first haircut. I wouldn't get my hair cut for a long time. Now, in that, when we aren't a great steward with our finances, with the way we carry ourselves, with the things that we choose to let control us, guys, let's just be honest. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you want to kill that motherfucker. You want to chase him down and you want to find him. Man, I used to be that same way. And I'm not a hypocrite because you guys saw that post that I put in the Telegram. I'm that guy. I'm the neighborhood dad. Realistically, I believe in accountability. I also believe in not letting things control your energy. Because then they win. I'm not saying minimize your emotions. You can have big emotions, but some of these things we give too much power to. So as you're sitting here, what are you shedding and letting go of in 2024? What are you leaving in 2024? Because you can't take all of it with you. What part of you do you need to kill or let die in order for you to get to the next place? What are the beliefs? What are the things? Is it that I will always be in debt? I am not enough. I will always have friction with my mom. I will always have this. I will never be able to be fully present in the way I'd like to in the lives of those that I would love to be around. What are the things that you're leaving? Is it that there will always be friction in the co-parent dynamic? Is it that I won't be able to find love because of XYZ? What are the lies you're telling yourself that you're giving too much stewardship to? It's taking up space. It's taking up capacity. And there's no room for that in the next place. There's no room for it. Now, in this, I want to start with the first anecdote, which is reclaim your power. We're coming into 2025, and stepping into that, you need to recognize the first step in this blueprint is reclaim your power. Now, each anecdote is going to have a question and an action and an activity or exercise that comes with it. Now, this one is, who are you really? Who are you really? Your identity shapes your reality. And in order to set yourself up to dominate in 2025, you have to control that personal narrative, that inner dialogue, and really just align your actions with what you say you're going to do. Like, you have to have follow through. And you eat an entire elephant by taking one bite at a time. I never understood that as a kid because I was like, I don't want to eat an elephant. You chunk down the vision of where you desire to be in digestible layers with actionable steps that are going to move you closer. You need to make the steps so simple that it's harder to fuck it up than actually do it. Put your shoes in your gym bag. Make sure you have a backup pair of socks. Have a backup pair of headphones. Man, Josh knows. I've driven to the gym many times and forgot my shoes. I forgot shirts. Today I forgot underwear to change into. I've changed since then, just so we're all aware. Moving on. But guys, I mean it. Make it so digestible and chunk it down to where you can take bites 1% at a time. Guys, when you start to reclaim your power, you can stop reacting to life and you can start leading it. Many of us are just reacting from thing to thing to thing, putting out fires left and right, fixing things like you're Bob the metaphorical fucking builder. You don't have to fix everything. Maybe the problem is the belief that there is something wrong with you in the first place. Who told you that? Who gave you that? I asked someone that the other day. They didn't know me very well. And I turned to them. There we go. All right, cool. It's a little more zesty now. I turned to this person and I said, who gave you that belief? Who told you that about yourself? I don't believe that you came up with that on your own. I don't believe that you arrived to thinking that about yourself without someone falsely impressioning that. Guys, reclaim your power. Who are you really? Take a second and reflect on areas where you may have been more reactive and critical instead of proactive and curious. Guys, I am learning so much in real time. God is sending me lessons. I know that much to be true. And when I look at areas that I've been reactive and critical instead of proactive and curious, man, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. But you never lose, you learn. If you choose to. I shared with Bree the other day, the better it gets, the better it gets. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, and someone turns to me and they say, man, my life sucks. And I'm like, yeah, it does. Because you say it does. The better it gets, the better it gets. The worse it gets, the worse it gets. What perspective are you looking through? Now, when you reflect on these areas, this allows you to define the man that you want to be in 2025. Or woman. We've got some women that listen to this podcast. Shout out them. Empowered women, not feminist. There's a difference. I'll do an episode on that very soon. Don't worry. Got it coming. But when you define the man or woman you want to be in 2025, identify the gaps between where you are right here, right now, in this moment. And if you do not like where you're at right now, everything you've done up until now has led you here. That is the surefire proof that it's time to do something new. Start by defining the person that you want to be and where you actually want to go. Guys, when you're driving in a car, are you looking in the rearview mirror behind you to see where you're going forward? No, you're looking ahead. You don't look behind you to see where you're going. I did a podcast on dysfunctional vision. You guys can go find that one. It talks about that. But guys, I want to parlay into the activity. Now, in this, I call this identity reset exercise. IRE. Now, a part of defining who you are and what you want to be is you're going to write a personal I am statement. I am decisive. I am a confident leader. Write it in a sense of conviction. You are this. This is you. This is what you're stepping into. Now, you're going to commit to this. Now, this means choosing one area specifically. Now, this can mean emotional regulation, really taking hold of those triggers, those things that are just chips on your shoulder that leads you to the place of, I'll show them who I am. Guys, there's no place for that. And guys, just so you know, this is from cupping. I just need to clarify that ahead of time. But guys, in this, is it emotional regulation? Is it leadership? Is it your health? Do you not like when you look in the mirror? Do you not like what you see? I've been there. Guys, there was a time in my life when I used to look in the mirror when I was younger. I would grab my stomach and say like, I hate you, I hate you. Truly, I did not like myself. Now I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm not going to say anything outrageous because I don't want anyone to clip this. But I enjoy the process of good health. I enjoy the outcome of healthy leadership. I enjoy the challenge of emotional regulation. Guys, my dog, when we were in Utah, my dog shit all over family heirlooms 4 times. Yeah. Emotional regulation. We came back after going to Sundance. I've always wanted to go there. Come back, and the second I walk in, oh no. Instantly. It was bad. Emotional regulation, I believe, for every man and women is an edge. It's really knowing, like, what is the trigger? Guys, even had a moment with my partner where I was triggered about something, triggered about being rushed. And we'll do a podcast about this because we're learning so much. You get to learn people. And if you don't set the cadence in the beginning, it's going to continue on. And we've been navigating things in a really exciting way. And in this, I turned and I said, hey, it's really triggering when you do that. Can you please not do it again? And it wasn't received in the way I had hoped in the moment. It's okay. This is new. This is new for her. And it's new for us together. And man, it took going all the way to, hey, you're yelling, stop. And then to, hey, I can tell we're both passionate right now. I believe it's best we take 20 minutes of space and come back to this when we're both comfortable. And then it continued on. That was not honored. And then it was like turned around on me, but not given, it was said ambiguously, no clarity. Just like, yeah, let's take space, which is not good, not fair, not fun. But we navigated it. And guys, I literally set a timer, called out to Alexa, set a timer for X amount of time. Came back, we addressed it. Guys, I'll teach you guys about delicate leadership through friction a later time. Man, it involved a pack of Oreos. It involved a couple different things to diffuse what was truly present and come from a place of let's talk through this instead of let's, let's go jab for jab. Guys, in this, I got to lean into emotional regulation, and it's not easy. But here's the juicy takeaway before I move on. Clarity is the foundation of enabling yourself to dominate and align with the version of you that you've always wanted to step into. And everyone around you, when you step into this, will respond to you differently because you're doing things from a more purposeful place. And I want to move into step 2. But first, it's hot as hell in here. Guys, so step 2, is you get to structure your days for success. Guys, how many times do you just, all right, put the number 1 in the chat. If you're one of those guys that wakes up like 10 minutes before the alarm, you rush out. I don't believe I have any of those men on here. But if anyone's listening to this, put in the comments like 1, that's me. I'm the one that rushes out the door. Because this is for you. Guys, if you are not structuring your days for success, it's not about willpower. It's about having a process or a system in place that allows you to succeed. Guys, it's like me forgetting my shoes. It's my own fault. I take responsibility of it. Did it throw off my day? Yes. Was it the end of the world? No. Thank goodness it wasn't something big. Like forgetting my wallet when I'm traveling to Utah. That really didn't happen though. It didn't happen. That would suck, right? Really suck. Yeah. Guys, success isn't about willpower. It's about systems. It's about the habits that you build in to your daily routine that realistically determine whether you win or lose, dominate or fail. I don't know about you, but when I recognize that something is not a healthy habit that I have, I'll just be honest. I eat a whole pack of Oreos more than once a week. My name is Joey, and I have a problem with cookies because without them, I'm just a monster. But realistically, guys, it's a problem. Bree mentioned it. And I received it, and I was like, I received that. You also eat the Oreos. She does. But in that, I recognize the areas that are not healthy habits, so I get to make adjustments there. Guys, here's the core principle from this. Your habits, not your intentions, are what define your outcomes. So design routines that actually allow you to win before the day actually begins. Now, I have a friend named Hal Elrod. He has a book called Miracle Morning. Guys, he says if you win your morning, you win your day. Now, guys, I don't wake up just ready to crush it every single day. Those that are in the Aura Circle, it's been a long season of like room for improvement. Josh's like, yeah, bro, you're dying. Really though, I feel good. I love the phase I'm in because I'm way less stressed. But I've designed routines that allow me to win my day before it actually begins. And I focus on the high impact things that optimize my energy, allow me to be productive, and really the areas that I enjoy and am fulfilled in. They're areas that I spend connecting with the community, building the things that, man, the app is great, is it not? Anyone that's on here, if you haven't gotten on the app yet, it's amazing. I have one last thing to submit for Google and Android, and then it'll be available on Android. If you're hearing this, guys, you can try out the app for 30 days for $1, literally $1. If you say that you can't afford $1, I will send you a Craigslist link in your area with like labor jobs that you can work. Because I care about you guys. That's how I can set you up to dominate in 2024. That's your system and process. Go through Craigslist and find nuanced jobs. Because guys, I was always a hustler. When I was a kid, I made stickers when I was 11 years old. And that was my first business. I wrote an Entrepreneur magazine article about this. I'll drop that in the comments too. Guys, when you structure your day to win and you focus on high impact habits that optimize your energy and allow you to be in your zone of brilliance, you can actually set yourself up to get where you want to be. Otherwise, you'll end up back here and you'll say the same thing next year. This is going to be my year. I'm going to crush it. I know all the guys in my community are going to crush it because they already are. They already are. There's no question about it. Josh is going to have like a ripped six-pack this year. We're going to go on the beach. Havana honeys. Yep. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. guys ever have that happen? Like you feel it. Everyone's like, look at the light. And I'm like, shut up. Don't talk to me. You know? But guys, when you actually plan your day and you ask yourself, what are the things that are holding me back? Be honest with yourself. What are the things that are holding you back from winning your day? Are you staying up too late? Are you not getting good sleep? Are you not following through with the things you should? Are you just not giving a shit? Or are you not paying attention to these things because you just don't want to be aware of it? You feel like if you're not aware of the thing, it'll just go away. It won't. Time isn't coming back, y'all. My guys are going to crush it. And if you guys out there are listening to this and my guys are against you, my guys are going to win. Like if we went to a Hunger Games, you will die. Like you guys are all dead. Like from California to Alaska, we got there's a whole mob in Ohio. Like don't go near Ohio because they are going to get you. We got people out in Arizona. We got people. But guys, realistically, I want you to structure your day. So I'm going to give you an activity. This is called the Daily Domination Blueprint. I want you to really map out your day. Like, what do you actually want it to look like? Map your ideal day. What is the perfect day for you? What are the habits? Now, guys, I say keystone habits here. Keystone habits are habits that have a compound effect even in other areas. Here's an example. If you start working out and you start seeing results, you'll probably start eating better. And there's actually studies that have led to showing that you save more money, you start performing better. Interesting. It's kind of like health is wealth is a real thing. Who knows? It's not like I've gone that path or anything. But in this, I want you to develop your morning routine. What does it look like? Do you have one? I don't want to ask you, do you need one? Because you should have something in the morning. Like something. What are the deep work blocks? What does work look like? And what does intentional connection look like? Now, that may not mean with an emotional partner. It may not mean in that way. It may mean intentional connection with people that fulfill you and that allow you to continue the path that you're on. Because during this activity, I also want you to identify and eliminate the time wasters and replace them with habits that actually align. So in this, I would, on one side of the page, put a line down the center and put time wasters at the top. And on the other side, put aligned actions. I want you to write out all the time wasters that you do. If you're a doom scroller, write that out. Pull up your screen time. Go to search. Type screen time. Don't tell me you don't know how. Guys, I have helped a 98-year-old man navigate his iPhone. He's a G. He trolls people all over Facebook all the time. He's ruthless. He's ruthless. Let's be glad he's not on Twitter. But in that, guys, pull up your screen time. If you're a doom scroller, write it down. What are the time wasters? And replace them with habits that align with your goals in the place that you actually want to be. Guys, here's the juicy takeaway before number 3. You don't need more time. You need better systems. Winning your day is how you win your year, ultimately. When you set yourself up to win with aligned actions and you're not filling your space with time wasters and doom scrolling and waiting for that person to text you back and checking their story and doing all this nonsense BS, you will actually get to where you want to be. That's the formula, guys. You do the thing that's going to move you closer consistently at a sustainable rate, and you will get there. Fundamentally, that's how it works. Like, guys, if you save $1 every single day for a year, that ends up being $365. We can all agree on that, right? 1 + 1 = 2. So with that, that's the same fundamental rationale. If we agree on that, then it's you that's the problem if you haven't gotten where you want to be. But you are also the solution by eliminating the time wasters and aligning your actions, because that's how you win your day and win your year. Now, guys, step 3 is master your relationships by leading with polarity and presence. Guys, relationships, believe it or not, are the foundation to a fulfilling life. That's just the truth. No man is meant to be alone. And I don't just mean intimate relationships when I say this. This means your brotherly bonds, your friends, your family. Master your relationships. Now, in this, to thrive in 2025, focus on creating polarity, connection, and trust in your relationships around you through intentional leadership. Now, guys, leadership always starts at home with presence and purpose. Understand the power of presence in every thought and action and every interaction that you have. As by learning to create polarity that builds, by learning to create polarity, this builds respect and reignites passion. Some of you are probably hearing that and you're like, what the hell is polarity? Now, guys, by creating polarity, what this means is it means fostering the differences between, I'm going to use the framing of masculine and feminine energies in the relationship that build attraction. Now, this could mean you being more confident, purposeful, and this shows the ability that you're able to lead. That means she can trust you. She can step into that flow of leadership. That doesn't mean walking on eggshells. And these are usually men that have a sense of structure, direction, decisiveness that leads to strength. And this always creates a foundation of safety and stability. Guys, when men are on their shit, it's attractive. When you are following through with the doing of the thing that you said you were going to do, it creates safety and trust. That's sort of the master key, guys. I wasn't always this guy. I should pop a photo up, Josh. You've seen those photos. I wasn't always this guy, but I was always the man that followed through and was assertive because I was raised by a Marine. I was raised by a man that loves America, that fought for his country, that later on went to Delta Forces. He's an amazing man. He's still around. I would love to do a podcast with him sometime. That would be fucking sweet. I want to do it like first person POV hunting. Dad, where are we going? We're going coon hunting. Coons are ruthless, bro. They'll find you. But guys, the feminine energy is associated with flow, creativity, intuition, and emotional expression. This demonstrates vulnerability, warmth, and receptivity. And it's often tied to nurturing, connection, and passion. You guys ever, I have lots of clients that have women that are very just domineering, just visceral. They're not in their feminine at all. They're in their masculine. And I don't blame them. Sometimes these men didn't lead, or other times just things went south. Polarity is what fuels passion in a relationship. Without it, relationships just become dull and platonic. If your partner feels like a roommate, it's because this is what's happening. There's no polarity. Now, respect is born from clearly defined roles and boundaries. This enhances trust and admiration. Guys, I'm not talking gender roles. Ask yourself this question. If something goes bump in the night, which one of you is getting up to go and check on it? That's the leader. Don't hate the messenger. True question. Also, if you're like, oh, my wife is, she's not going to be your wife much longer. You know? But guys, having polarity allows you to step into the relationship that you may believe is dead. But realistically, you get to learn to create this. And it starts with you by leading with confidence, by having follow through, by taking hold and taking charge and doing the things that you say you're going to do in a manner that comes from healthy, intentional leadership. It starts with you. There is no reason any man should add any woman to his life until he is following through with things and he has gotten to a place of healing and he is not just filling a void with physical fixes. There's nothing powerful about being able to sleep with many women and doing all that bullshit. There's nothing powerful about it. I know what that's like. I've worked with tons and tons of men that have gone that route as well, and I don't judge anyone. I get it. Everyone needs to wet their beak. I know that that'll make sense to those that it should. But in that, guys, when you lessen your value, it does take a toll. But here's the activity, guys. Now, I want you to do what I call a connection audit. I want you to reflect for a second on where you've been reactive in your relationships in the past and where you've been passive. Where you've been reactive and where you've been passive. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the center, put reactive, passive, and write all the things you can think of. Now, the next step in this is plan. I want you to write down 3 intentional actions to lead relationally this week. Now, this can mean planning a meaningful experience for yourself, or if you're in a relationship, for her. In our program, we call this the weekly date. You can take yourself out, but it's time with yourself, by yourself, productively. It could also be called productive time spent with self. If you do have a partner and you're in a place where, things are going well, it's coming up on the new year, maybe plan a meaningful experience, express gratitude, or initiate a tough conversation. But for my guys that are single, guys, I'm just stepping out of this in different ways, and I'll share more another time. For my guys that are single, I believe spending time with yourself, by yourself, productively is the most powerful thing that you could do. I know many men that just kind of go around and wet their beak here and there, and it really just gets them nowhere. Really just doesn't get them very far. Now, I want to share these questions for yourself to check in on. When you're spending time with yourself, if you repeated today 1,000 times, would it get you closer to where you want to be? If not, why are you doing what you're doing? Now, if you're in a relationship, share with me the areas that you felt prioritized and loved this week. And the second question, share with me the areas that you felt unappreciated. I give you permission. Now, if you're a single man, ask yourself this question. What's missing now? What's missing now? Now, here's the juicy takeaway. Relationships thrive when you lead with presence and purpose. Connection and polarity are the secret weapons of lasting relationships with others, and connection with yourself and radical honesty with transparency is how you enable yourself to create the space for someone to join you in your journey, in your kingdom. That's what true leadership is. And by mastering your relationships, you get to step into it by leading with polarity and presence, but that can't happen if you're not connected with yourself. You need to have polarity and presence with you before you should ever consider adding someone into your life. And guys, here's step 4. Build a vision and take bold action. This means lead your life with purpose. As you get to walk each step with purpose and your next with conviction. As a compelling vision is what drives growth. But bold action is what turns that vision into reality. I hate to break it to you, but if you're one of those people that relies on motivation, that's a fickle bitch. It's inconsistent. It's not always there. And on days when motivation lacks, what's going to carry you through? Some discipline, some grit, but then you're going to get burned out and it's not going to be where you wanted it to be, and it's not sustainable. The vision of what's to come, if you do things consistently, sustainably, and 1 + 1 = 2, each step in your life, you will get there. You just need to lead your life with purpose. You get to dominate 2025 by leading with clarity and stepping into courage. Okay, success isn't just about setting goals. It's about taking bold steps that are realistically needed to actually achieve them. Some of you just won't be a steward or a good steward of your time. So of course you won't be a good steward of your finances or of your health if you're not owning your time, and realistically you're not doing the things that you need to do and not even taking the bold steps. You won't get there. It's just the honest truth. But for the guys that are out there that are willing to really step into this and realize I need to have a greater vision that carries me through, and you chunk that down by having digestible action steps that you step into boldly, and you show up with intention and purpose and conviction, and you have follow through. You don't just say you're going to do it, you do it. You let that be the thing that shows people who you are. Not you're pounding on your chest and telling everyone how you eat alphas for lunch. Like, Jesus Christ, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. But guys, here's the truth. When you craft a vision that excites you, you will get there. Guys, I'm so excited for 2025. I have some big things coming, and I don't believe anyone is ready for this. The app is officially here. Everyone in my community has it. I built a personal app for the men that I'm working with because I want them to win, and they will. They will. Every single man that I work with currently, like, their lives are getting better. Everything is moving forward. Some are in different phases, and that's okay because we are all in this together. This is all ours. It's not mine. It's all of ours. And this came from the vision that challenged me. Guys, I have people that are really close to me. Guys, it has not been an easy year. But if I had to go through it again to get here, which here doesn't mean we're out of the trenches. Like, we're pushing forward, full steam ahead. And here's the thing. I really, really empathize and pity anyone that would ever be against me because I don't stop. I don't. That's the thing. If we were ever in jiu-jitsu, I'm not going to continue to be offensively on you. I'm going to exhaust the fuck out of you. And once you're exhausted, I'm going to put my hand right behind your neck. I'm going to push your head forward. I'm going to put my ankle right here, and I'm going to put my other leg here, and I'm going to choke you out with my feet just to prove a point. But realistically, guys, the vision that you have should wake you up and excite you and also challenge you at the same time. You need to shift your mindset from what could go wrong to what's the best thing that could happen if I fully commit. What's the best thing that could happen if you fully committed to yourself? Like, I mean, fully commit in the most sustainable and structured and easily digestible way possible. Now, here's the activity. This is called Vision to Reality Map. I want you to define your 3 big goals for 2025. Now, it's going to be one personal. Now, this can mean health, mindset, personal growth. One professional. This could mean career advancement, financial freedom. And these are like big picture things. And then one relational. Maybe it means stepping into intimacy, having better leadership, or maybe just allowing some connection. Now, You're going to reverse engineer your goals by breaking them into quarterly milestones, monthly actions, and weekly habits. Now, here's the action step. Commit to one bold starting action within the next 48 hours to build momentum. Commit to one bold starting action within the next 48 hours to build immediate momentum. Guys, here's the juicy takeaway. A powerful vision transforms who you are just as much as what you receive. Bold action bridges the gap between dreaming and doing. And I don't know about the dreamers out there, but I would rather have doers next to me. Because here's the bottom line. 2025 is your year to dominate in the most leadership-oriented and healthy way possible. It's your year to step into who you truly desire to be. However, it won't happen if you don't take the lead. By reclaiming your power, structuring your days, mastering your relationships, and building a bold vision that challenges you, you can create unstoppable momentum in every area of your life. Because this isn't just about your goals. It's about becoming the person who can actually achieve them. Now, this means you get to take charge of your identity, your habits, and your connections. And if you do this, just watch how your life will transform in 2025. Every year you continue to tell yourself, this is my year. Maybe it finally should be. Okay, guys, here's my final thoughts. Success in 2025 is starting with intentional action and clarity of purpose. With this 4-step process, you'll align your life and your relationships to achieve extraordinary results. And the time to step up into it is now. It is literally 2 days before the end of the year. If you don't step into leading your life with focus, passion, and boldness, you will be right here in this same place, if not worse, next year. It's time to step up and realistically step into that version of you that you've always desired to be, because there's a version of you that's waiting on the other side of doing that uncomfortable thing. But here's the harsh reality. Discomfort is the cost of admission to the meaningful life that you're seeking. Gentlemen, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you all being here. The app is live. Download it, get in there, post in the community. Let me know what you think. Post in Telegram, let me know. Gentlemen, I appreciate you being here. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Peace.